Steve here at PC Pickup, and today we're going to be taking apart our Shark vacuum. I like to take it apart every now and then and clean it, get some of the hair of mine and Tom's out of it, and clean it because there's a lot of fine dust buildup from the computers and the fact that we're on a main road, so you get a lot of brake dust from semis and that coming by and in the building. The reason we got a Shark vacuum is because I have one at home, and after reading a lot of the reviews, I realized that even though people said the Dysons are a little bit better, I looked at it the same way I would a computer, and I said for 5 and 10% performance, I don't want to spend 300% money. And what really attracted me to the Shark Rotator model specifically is the fact that I can hit a button, take it away as a lift away, and with another button just remove the wand and vacuum up around the edges. That way I don't have to try to pull off like this little top piece here, find attachments for it, lean, bend. I can just, given the length of this, walk around, touch it right to the floor, no problem. I'm lazy. I don't want to bend if I don't have to. These are real easy to clean and take apart. To take the canister off, you have a little release lever right here. It comes right off. And to empty it, you just push this button and all the dust will fall right out into your can. And then to clean it, you just use soapy water on it and let it dry thoroughly before using it again, otherwise the dust is just going to cake right back on. You can see how bad ours kind of looks because we clean frequently. Once you get the canister that holds all the debris off, you just pull up on this and you get your filter out. Now this is the first filter in a series. This vacuum has 3 filters, I believe. And you can see how clogged up with fine dust ours is. Once you get this out, you can actually pull up the foam piece, and you can see it's just plastic up through there. I'm just not going to pull it off because dirt will go everywhere. It's best to do this wherever you're going to clean all these parts. And once you get this off, you can actually clean it with a little bit of soap and water, or you can order a replacement, whatever one you want to do. I prefer to take a little bit of soap, kind of work it in there, and it'll adhere to the dust and pull a lot of it out. Underneath that you have the second filter, which there's a little tab, and you'll get some dirt on your hand from reaching down and in there. And the second filter is just this thin little thing. Same thing, once you decide it's time to clean it, a little bit of soap and water will clean that right up. The third filter is a paper filter that you can't really wash, and all you do is you pull this little front cover off and that comes right out. So if you decide you want to replace this later down the road, and ours is, you can see it's a little discolored, nothing too bad though. From there, as you can see, the hose also gets stuff stuck in it and whatnot. There's a little button up here that you can push, and this comes off. And then when you disconnect it from the back, there's a little red tab right down in here that you can push and remove the whole hose. And then if you squeeze these little tabs on the hose itself, you can actually, and ours is really stiff for some reason, pull this piece right out, and you can clean all these parts. If you wash like any of the plastic parts like the hose or the canister, just make sure it dries really well, otherwise the dirt's going to cake right back up. There's a clear little piece here that you can kind of see down into. We got a big old hairball stuck in ours. You can just take something and usually push stuff out of that because it only goes from down here to right up here. So that's a real easy part to get to and kind of clean. To clean the wand, you just hit the wand button, pull that off as a single piece, and then we can hit the lift away button, pull up the top part, and for cleaning down in there, we just kind of take an air compressor, blow it all out, and then wipe it all down as you move forward. Now, one of the coolest features about this is actually this base here. You can see all the hair and everything stuck down in it, and it actually makes a bit of a sound when I spin it. To get down and clean into here and this piece of the hose, all you have to do is turn these 2 little notches here, and this whole piece comes right up. And you can See, right down in there, you can take like a straightened out coat hanger piece of metal and clean that right off. To get to the actual roller, if you wanted to take the whole thing off, that's a bit more disassembly because this whole bottom plate has to come off. I kind of wish, and I've had a couple vacuums where they've made it easier by putting like a little removable panel over here and then it slides up and over. They just didn't do that on this one. But I usually just take something, kind of cut the hairs off and pull them all off. You can see we got pieces of carpet. And that's really all that goes into cleaning it. And then when you're done, actually I can reassemble the thing within, a few minutes. The whole thing goes right back together. Covered in dust now. Like I said, this thing gets pretty bad. And there you have it. That's just the disassembly, how fast this thing can be assembled and disassembled. And I'm probably going to take it home tonight where I have a laundry tub and I can just clean the whole thing out in detail. Thank you. Have a nice day. You covered in dust.